This is the young team from Russia, Elena Ilinykh and Nikita Katsalapov, 17 and 20 years old. Started the season with a bronze medal at the Grand Prix of Japan.
This team is definitely garnering a lot of attention. They have a lot of potential, and you know that Russia is trying to pinpoint who their leaders are going to be as we fast approach Sochi, and this team is definitely wanting to be one of the ones in the mix. And Andrea, there are costume requirements this season for the Latin dance for the ladies. The costume must cover 50% of the body. I think Elena's walking a fine line with that one. I think a lot of people think back to the 2006 Olympics in Torino, and I can include myself in this bunch. There were a lot of scantily clad ladies, so trying to avoid the costume malfunctions.
Did they have those rules before?
No, this is the first time.
The subject for tonight's lecture is rhythm. The beat, the driving force that holds our lives together. Without rhythm, we are marked with beat, without direction, without moves, without shapes. And so tonight we say, hip hip, chin chin, the rhythm section.
What I really like about Nikita and Elena this season is that they're coming out with a lot of attack and a lot of confidence on this Grand Prix. They're trying to establish themselves as playmakers leading up to the next Olympics, and I think they're doing a great job. These programs are great packages for them this season. Now moving into the rumba sequence. Teams that have been senior for a couple more years on these two have probably had an opportunity to compete the rumba when there was a compulsory dance portion, but junior teams never had the chance to compete that dance, and so it's new to them, and the technique is still growing.
This is just their second season on the Grand Prix circuit competing as seniors. Did quite well their first year, 7th at the World Championships last spring. They have enough speed for your taste?
You know, I was just going to say, they do maintain their flow well. I think they can increase the speed overall. I mean, that can be said for any team at the beginning of a season, but I do think that they maintain the level of flow in the program well.
The music just seems to cry out for a little bit faster.
It's difficult with the tempo of the rumba. You know, you have to keep it a little slow, and it depends as well on the placement that you choose to put those sequences in. A lot of fight in these two. They definitely know what they want. They've got their eyes set on it.
Elena and Nikita were the 2010 World Junior Champions, but as you pointed out, Tana, a lot of differences once you get up to that senior level.
Absolutely, and I do think that it's very instrumental that we keep that compulsory dance portion in the short dance by using sequences like the rumba, because it does set the teams apart. And at this stage, I feel like Elena and Nikita need to focus on that to really show their development and strength. And this circular side-by-side step sequence, it had good variety, a lot of arm movement. It's difficult to maintain a Latin flavor throughout required steps. just a little bit off in the unison of this twizzle sequence, but they maintained a good, solid distance between them. Just overall, a really fun program. I think they do a great job with it. Very musical.
Les scores pour Elena Ilinykh, Nikita Katsalapov.
Awkward seats in the kiss and cry in Paris because they're so far apart. It looks painful to get close. Short dance score 58.17. That's about 3 points lower than they scored in Japan. But the young Russian team will sit in first place for the time being.
Sur la glace.